so you're taking on the top South African team. I guess, in terms of markers of where your season is heading, this is a good challenge. This is it.
Yeah, it's a huge test for us. I mean, they're different to some of the other South African sides, the way they play. They're good and physical and strong, but they've also got amazing pace out wide, and they've got great ball skills, so they shift the ball. So it'll test us across the park.
It sounds similar to the way you guys try to play in terms of getting it wide. So what sort of spectacle can we expect?
Yeah, I'd say both teams will play, meaning they won't tighten up. We'll shift the ball. They'll shift the ball. So defensively, you've got to make sure we're connected. I think the speed we get off the ground and get back in the D line, all of those things this week will be really important. They're a big physical side too, so they'll punch you and then shift and punch you and shift. So we've got to make sure that our first contact's really good contact.
Is this defensively the biggest challenge you'll have faced so far this season, you think?
I think so. I think defensively they will test us from 1 to 15. So I don't think there's a gap in their attack. So yeah, I think it'll be the biggest test defensively.
How much you kind of cleaned up the Aussie conference rivals over the last month or so, and I guess you ended that period knowing you had to do that. What's it now like? I guess you're facing obviously the top South African team, then the New Zealand team. So how season defining is this next 4 to 5 weeks for you guys now?
Oh, I think it's huge for us. Like every coach will always say, 1 week at a time. But I think at the moment the biggest thing for us is we've got a number of critical areas we've got to fix from the game against the Reds. So for us now it's fixing those so that when we do play the Lions we're actually closer to our finished product.
What are the areas that you need to fix?
For us, look, we threw away a lot of ball down the sideline. We'd rather play that ruck than throw it away. We're looking for 50-50 offloads when they weren't on. And as a result, all we did was alleviate pressure from them when we could have been putting it on. So I think that's an area for our game. And 2 or 3 games we've done that, where we've got to make sure that we play the ruck rather than try to throw 50-50 offloads. Then we make them get on side and we can start playing our game again. Whereas in the weekend, you probably saw there's a number of balls that went to ground when we were hard on attack, and it just, it lets the pressure valve off then.
What kind of alterations to the Lions style they've made as opposed to what's got them to the final the last couple of years? Any little tweaks or nuances they've done this year?
Not too much. I mean, statistically they're quite similar. They've got a few new guys out wide. Their left winger against the Stormers scored 3 tries in I think 20 minutes. But I think they've just got better at doing it. So I think they're better than they were last year and the year before. So, their ruck speed's really quick. I don't see many weaknesses across the park for them in their set piece or their attack and defence. So for us, it's going to be a test of every position.
Do you expect that they'll be there or thereabouts at the end of the year?
I do. From what I've seen so far, I'd say they will be. And that's a good thing for us because it gives us a good opportunity this week to test ourselves, like you say, against the best South African team.
Did you put up all right injury-wise from Saturday?
Yeah, I think we've got 2 or 3 forwards at the moment that are just probably a bit low on contact for the first 2 or 3 days, so we'll pull them back, like Michael Wells, Simo, and Will Miller. But my understanding is that they're all looking okay for the end of the week.
Miller and Hooper working well together. In your trademark over the last couple of weeks seems to be to sort of blitz teams at the back end with the fitness. Are you sticking to that now, or what's the...
Yeah, look, we've got a bit of an approach of fast beat slow, and we've got to make sure that we play 83, 84, 85 minutes. So that is one of our approaches, and that's partly the guys we've got, that's what they're good at. Yeah. So, that's why we play that way. Hoops and Miller were really good on ball on the weekend, as was Wells and a couple other guys. So we put some pressure there, and it was good because we got pay. So we got some good turnovers, and it alleviated some of the pressure defensively.
Local Tank Kelly's bulk and size and mobility in the forwards rather than just out on the wing?
Oh, look, I've got Tank Kelly in the forwards. Izzy Folau's not bad either. You throw him at lock. So I've said it before. But look, he's amazing. Like, Big T's been consistently really good for us. And the people outside of the squad probably don't realise, but a lot of work went into getting him to that stage. He's done a lot of work himself. The athletic performance guys have worked him really hard, and he's got himself in a position weight-wise where he's actually really effective.
I mean, I know he's going off to Northampton at the end of this season. Is that just for 1 year? Can we get him back, do you think?
I'm not sure what the contract deal is for him. At the moment, it'd be great to have him come back. We always want Australian players coming back to Australia, but I'm not sure what his contract deal is in terms of years.
What's the mood like, mate? Today you're walking around as the conference leaders.
Yeah, look, I think our conference at the moment, there's obviously naturally an internal battle between all the Australian teams, but, on any given day, each of those sides are really good. So I think it'd be stupid to be cocky and hoops it at the end of the game. The most important thing for the boys is that they understand now and then they'll get a pat on the back, but they haven't earned that yet. We're only, 8 games in. It's a big season, and if you drop your guard or you drop your game by 5%, you'll lose. So I think the boys understand where they stand, and they also understand how many opportunities we had in the weekend that we didn't take. And you can't afford to do that against the best teams. So I think we are still a massive work in progress, and the boys have a lot of little individual things we need to fix and systems. So yeah, we're not jumping the gun.
Yeah, how do you sort of talk to them today?
Today, I mean, it's just nice to see them. They're a tight squad. You can probably see that on the field. The boys are quite tight. So they like seeing each other and catching up, but they also know that it's time to go to work again, meaning it's time to fix the things that we didn't do well on the weekend and identify them and work on them. But then also we look at a couple of things they did well and that we have been working on in the last few weeks and showing them, well, look, boys, when we do that well, it's amazing how quick our ruck speed is, or it's much cleaner for us at the breakdown. So them understanding that the improvements are happening is also really important.
How good was it to see Fang back last weekend there in terms of how tight is it now for that battle for the 9 shirt?
Oh, look, I mean, Jake Gordon's been playing outstanding. Fang is an amazing player, and if you've ever heard him on the field, you hear his voice before you see him. So he's a great addition, and that he came on at the end of the game and adds lightning quick ruck ball again and a lot of comms for the forwards coming out of the ruck. So it's great to have him back. Boys love him, and him and Jake are perfect for each other because they're constantly driving each other to be better. So for us, that's what we want in every position.